I get asked all the time what rides little man can actually go on at Walt Disney World. Well, today we're going to be covering Magic Kingdom. Stick around to hear which rides. What's up, everybody? It's Nick with Who Dat Travel. Now today we've got another Disney edition, and we're talking about what rides are best for toddlers at Disney World's Magic Kingdom. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, smash that like button if that's what you're into, and also hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications when I release new content. Without further ado, here is what rides are best for toddlers at Disney World's Magic Kingdom. So let's get one thing out of the way right away. There are actually only 6 rides at Magic Kingdom that have height requirements. Yes, only 6. Those are going to be as follows. Tomorrowland Speedway at 32 inches. The Barnstormer at 35 inches. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at 38 inches. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at 40 inches. Splash Mountain at 40 inches. And Space Mountain at 44 inches. Every other ride at the Magic Kingdom does not have a height requirement. In other words, anyone can go on it. Babies, toddlers, middle schoolers, adults, senior citizens, anyone. So let's start in Adventureland and let's dive into Walt Disney Enchanted Tiki Room. Now, honestly, for the longest time, I would overlook this ride until I had a little one. And then I realized how wonderful of a ride this really is. Overall, this is a fantastic ride for your little ones. I'm talking anywhere from, we'll say, birth to 1 or 2 years old. The motion, the songs, the lights, absolutely fantastic for a toddler. And I would say this is a do not miss. The Jungle Cruise at Walt Disney is a fantastic ride for a little bit older toddlers. You have all of the animals, the snakes, the elephants, hippos, crocodiles, all sorts of animals for them to look at, and you even have the dad jokes. Well, maybe that's not for the toddlers, maybe that's for the adults. But they're going to see everybody laughing at those dad jokes, and they're going to laugh along with it. Overall, Jungle Cruise is another fantastic ride for a toddler. Magic Carpets of Aladdin, well, let's just say that it's Dumbo covered with carpets. However, there are a couple differences that may make a difference for you guys. First of all, there are 2 different rows that accommodate 4 people per carpet. Now, you can tilt the carpet up and down or back and forth, and that is the rear passenger's responsibility. And the front passenger gets to control up and down of the carpet. So if you need a little bit more in your party, Aladdin's carpet might be the way to go. Toddlers love this ride because, of course, they get to control the carpet, and also, as long as they're not afraid of heights, they can have some fun seeing what's around Adventureland. Pirates of the Caribbean is a quintessential Disney dark ride, which also means, well, it's dark. So if your child is afraid of the dark, well, we might have a problem there. However, with everything else going on, if they're not afraid of the dark, this is a fantastic ride for toddlers. With cannonball explosions in the water, with pirates chasing people, and everything else going on, it is a joy for the kids to look at. Plus, you even have the burning smells of the city being burned. It is a fantastic time for little ones. Now, last on the Adventureland list is the Swiss Family Treehouse. Now, I'm going to admit, not my highest on my list for my toddler. However, if your little one is into tree houses, well, this is probably the ultimate treehouse for them to go into. All right, let's move on to Fantasyland and then the Barnstormer. Now, we have said the Barnstormer is one of those 6 rides with a height requirement. And again, that height requirement is 35 inches or 89 centimeters. So as soon as your little one is at that tall, and please don't try to sneak an inch in, don't buy lifts. This is for your child's safety. I know that they may be heartbroken, but as a parent, it's your responsibility to make sure that they are safe. So, with that being said, as soon as they are 35 inches, this is a great one to get them used to the idea of roller coasters, because it's only 1 minute and 9 seconds. It is a very, very quick ride, so that if they are scared, it is over before they know it. Dumbo the Flying Elephant is a great ride for your toddler. The reason being is the interactive queue. This actually allows you to have almost like a pager that will let you know when it is your time to ride the ride. The rest of the time, your little one gets to play in a playground. Now, I will warn you that this section is not open right now just because of the reopening restrictions, but hopefully it'll open again very soon. Enchanted Tales with Belle is a fantastic integrated with live action attraction. Now, your little princess lover, or if you love Lumiere, this is an absolute must-see. And even better, the little ones get to be part of the action, and it is just fantastic to see their eyes light up, being able to interact and be part of the story. It's a small world. All right, I get it. Most of you just can't deal with the earworm. I love it. And my little one loved it. We took him on it at 6 months old, and he absolutely lit up because of all of the motion. He kind of dances around now to it, and really is a fantastic ride for toddlers. The older they get, the more that you can explain what really is going on and the difference in cultures. So it's a great learning opportunity as well. Now, what kid doesn't like to spin around in circles? So really, the Mad Tea Party is up any toddler's alley, as long as they don't get motion sickness. Or the parents don't get motion sickness, because they are going to want to spin round and round until somebody, well, loses their lunch. Mickey's PhilharMagic is a fantastic show to get out of the heat for a while. Now, for a toddler, as long as they can have those 3D glasses on, they're going to love it. There is a ton of jokes with Mickey and Donald, and don't forget to turn around at the end for, well, I can't ruin it for everybody. Just turn around. It's a lot of fun to watch. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is another one of those rides that has an interactive queue, normally. Now, we're hoping to see that it opens again, but right now it is not. But overall, again, this is a dark ride. The only, we'll call it scary part, may be in the dream sequence. It can get a little trippy, so you might want to watch out there. But overall, again, you've got Tigger bouncing around, and it is a great ride for your little one. Now, as my wife and I call it, the best ride in the park, only because it always has the longest line, is Peter Pan's Flight. Now, again, this has an interactive queue that actually is working right now after reopening. You can bat around at bells, but really the line is moving pretty quickly. Now, for the ride itself, again, this is a dark ride, and you are suspended by the ceiling. So, again, kids that are a little afraid of heights may be a little freaked out by this one. You fly over London, and that might feel like they are really high up. There are some loud noises, some cannons going off, so if the child has some sensory issues, that might be something to worry about as well. Prince Charming's Regal Carousel is great for anyone of any age. Now, if you're unable to have your child ride on one of the horses, they do have benches for families to be able to sit on, and you get some fantastic views of the castle. And it is what started Disney. Disney sat on a bench watching his children on a carousel, and so really it is a fantastic spot to think about really what Disney World is all about. Princess Fairy Tale Hall is the quintessential spot for your little prince or princess to meet some of the iconic princesses around. This is a must-go, well, as long as it's open, because, well, since reopening, the character meet and greets are not happening, so as soon as it opens, though, that is a great spot to be able to meet some of the big princesses. Now, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, ironically, has a height restriction. Yes, I realize there's some irony there. Now, guests have to be at least 38 inches tall or 97 centimeters. So that means as long as your little one is that tall, they are able to ride this ride. Now, it is a great queue. It is interactive, again, as soon as it's open. Overall, though, It's a lot of fun. There is a dark element of the ride where you're going through the mine, but it is a pretty smooth roller coaster. But just make sure your little one is able to handle a roller coaster. So the Barnstormer really comes into play and making sure. Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid is a fantastic ride for little ones of any age. There is a ton moving, there's a ton of songs, and even at 6 months old, my little one really enjoyed the ride. Great ride for anyone, as long as you're not freaked out by Ursula, because that is one fantastic audio animatronic. Now, moving on to Frontierland, we do have Big Thunder Mountain, but really, we're not going to talk about it because it has a 40-inch height requirement. And really, I just kind of feel that by the time you're 40 inches, you're not really a toddler anymore. So moving on to the Country Bear Jamboree, now that one is a great ride for small toddlers because of the music. They can shake their booties a little bit, and also all of the bears that are out and about. Now, right now, with the reopening, the bears are actually on the balcony above the building, and it is a lot of fun for them to interact with them. Tom Sawyer Island is maybe a miss for toddlers. Really, you've got stuff for adults to do. It's a walkthrough. It's a lot of really cool stuff, but really for a toddler, I think this one is a miss. Rounding out Frontierland, we do have Splash Mountain. Now there is, as we've said, a 40-inch or 102-centimeter height restriction on that one, so we're starting to border on maybe not being a toddler anymore. However, there is a lot of audio animatronics and a couple really good drops. So the kids might not like those drops, or if they do, this is definitely a ride to take on, as long as they're those 40 inches tall. Now, Liberty Square does have the Hall of Presidents. While this may not be the most exciting thing for a toddler, this is a hugely exciting thing for a parent. Wait, hear me out. This is called nap time. You're in 20 minutes of air conditioning and a fairly quiet ride. It is a great time to have a little one take a nap, or, well, maybe you nod off a little bit too. Now the next up is the Haunted Mansion. Now, I personally love this ride, but I can see where a toddler could get a little bit scared. Now, you do have the dark aspect of it, but you also do have, well, ghosts popping out of a graveyard. So those could be a little bit scary to the kids. So, well, you might just want to make sure. But of course, Disney has its whimsical way of making it kind of fun as well. Now, the Liberty Square Riverboat could be a giant hit or a giant miss, depending if your little one loves boats or not. It really would be up to you and your little one if this is a hit or a miss. Now let's move on to Tomorrowland and start with the Astra Orbiter. Now I'm going to start out by saying this is not for anyone with a fear of heights. This is definitely higher than Dumbo. You not only go up and down in the rockets, but you also go up in an elevator to get to it. Now you get some fantastic views of the park, but you are rather high. The other portion of this is the rockets move much faster than that of Dumbo. So you kind of get pushed against the side of the ride, and really this is not a ride for your really small ones. As they're getting older and can definitely sit on their own, this could be a lot of fun as long as they're not afraid of the heights. Now, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is a great ride, as long as you're still talking to each other after it, because, well, a lot of families can get just a little bit competitive. Now, this is a dark ride. As your toddlers get older, it will be more and more fun as they are able to manipulate that gun. However, if you have a really little one, you are able to hold 3 in that little spaceship, and they can just be along for the ride. Now, the Carousel of Progress probably isn't going to be high on most toddlers' lists. However, as your toddler gets older, being able to talk about the changes throughout history of technology really is a great ride to learn from. Your really little ones, again, this is an excellent napping ride. The Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor will have your older toddler convinced that Mike Wazowski is actually talking to them. And in a way they are, but we won't give away all the secrets. It really is a fun attraction for the entire family, lots of laughs, and hey, let's help power the city. Now, Space Mountain does have a height requirement of 44 inches or 112 centimeters. To me, that really isn't toddler. That is a little taller than that. It is a dark, fast, fun ride that as soon as they're old enough, absolutely take them on them as long as they like roller coasters and dark rides. Now, if you can't wait for your little one to drive, the Tomorrowland Speedway is absolutely the spot to take them. At 32 inches or 81 centimeters, they are able to drive their own car. Okay, driving may be a little bit of a stretch here. I'm not sure that that wheel is actually connected to the steering, but hey, it's a lot of fun, and you can actually have your little one take the wheel. And finally, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, or as everyone loves to call it, the People Mover. That is a great ride to be able to go around the park, take a little load off, but also they get to see inside a couple rides. They are able to see inside Space Mountain, and if you're lucky, the lights may actually be on. You also get to see inside Buzz Lightyear. So this is a great way to introduce them to some of those rides, let alone a great view of a lot of the park. And there you have it, all of the rides and how toddlers will actually do on those rides. Well, thank you so much. As always, please give this a huge thumbs up if you liked it, smash that like button, and also subscribe to the channel. It really does help out. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you real soon.